This episode of The Cut was filmed at the Men's Grooming Lounge.
Now this is me in the future. Always want to prove a point. Now we're contemplating another junction in life. We live with our decisions. It all come down to choice. It all come down to choice. Hey. I made use of my opportunity. Now I'm where I want to be.
We are back in The Cut. And this edition, I call it the Need for Speed edition. We are here with the Caribbean's most successful rallycross driver, Fraser McConnell, respect my G, and world-renowned. Boy, you need no introduction, Asafa.
Respect,
when you read up
respect.
them on your bio, you know, and Wikipedia, you know, it take it year by year, you know. It's like a whole novel you read, you know. It's not like, you know, regular...
sticky pad.
Yeah, no. No, man, you just found that thing. That man has set the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big up yourself, Asafa.
Yeah, man, respect, man.
Welcome, brother.
Man.
Yeah, good for have you guys, you know.
Appreciate it, man.
I like to start by setting the stage for who you are today by going back to the early days, the growing up days. What was growing up like for Fraser McConnell?
Growing up for me was, I grew up in Bagwalk. I still live in Bagwalk, so country youth, I guess.
Yeah.
Older sister and also older brother, I'm the wash belly.
Okay.
You know, two very supportive parents. Went to school in town all my life, basically, until I went overseas. So, you know, it was two of my aunties, so 9 grandkids all going to town in the morning, leaving out at 5:30, you know, lap up. I'd always have my vomit bucket because, you know,
You
I
never
always
travel so
seasick.
good.
I can't travel.
Really?
Without fail, I go and vomit before I reach town.
The driver
Guarantee.
can't drive. I don't get it.
Yeah, I have a friend still just like that too, you know.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm in the car, this man love racing, but whenever I'm in my car, this man never stop
manage
every
the
minute to
G-force.
vomit. Yeah. Can't manage.
So all right. So when did the driving start for Fraser? When did you start by riding bikes? How it go for you?
So I always, you know, aspired to be like my bigger brother. You know, he's 4.5 years older than me, so a big age gap. So, you know, you look up and always trying to catch up to what he's doing.
Yeah.
But both my siblings did horse riding. You know, both of them represented Jamaica, riding overseas with equestrian and so on. And my first horse lesson, I said, yo, no way.
Okay, yeah.
I pull a horse, go ride, in my turn left. I try hold him back to stop him and he must speed up. I was like, I can't do
Never
this.
natural.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
So, you know, all the hand-me-downs, like the boot, the helmet, the horse even. You know, I never took it as I love riding bike. Took it up, you know, as a hobby. They had these races out at Cayman, that's where you could, you know, motocross, but, you know, started to take it a bit more serious. And then once the jump started getting bigger, the bike started getting faster, the accidents are bigger.
Yeah.
So mom and daddy say, you know, no way, you know, no more 2 wheels. If you're going to continue this racing, it have to be 4 wheels, which is where I transitioned into the go-karting.
Oh, so what age was this?
I stopped riding bike around 12.
Okay.
And yeah, I picked up go-kart around the same time.
Around 12, so that's pretty early. That's usually the time when most professional drivers pick up go-karting, or is that even early?
Normally it's
No,
much
man,
younger.
yeah, earlier, yeah.
Younger?
Earlier. Yeah, man, like 4 or 5 years
5,
old, man.
6.
No, but I noticed that there's like a trend now for young kids taking up go-karting. I guess you are probably one of the inspirations for some of these kids too.
Well, a whole heap of people. I mean, go-kart it teaches you the fundamentals for all types of racing. Etiquette on the racetrack, how to carry speed, you know, lines, momentum, all those kind of things. That's the basic, the grassroots for all racing is go-kart, in my mind.
Yeah.
And you know, you won't find a world champion that didn't start with go-kart.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like you have to go through that rites of passage. Okay, I get you. So Asafa, growing up, what was your schooling, you know, household? What did that look like?
Let me start by saying this. From 2004, I first sit down in a barber chair, you know. You see me here, boss. You know, no
What is
here
it?
for
So
mine,
you,
no.
Alicia sat you out or
No,
what?
man, I trip my own self.
You trip yourself?
Yeah, man, from 2004.
Really?
Yeah, man,
Cha-cha.
last time I sit down in a
I would have
barber
cut
chair.
up wicked. I would have cut up.
Yeah, man, a bit lax, well smooth.
You know, funny enough, everything this man just said, I'm going to repeat the same thing. The only difference is that if I ride bike, make one cat.
Yeah.
We pretty much grew up 5 minutes apart because I grew up in Yorton.
Oh, yeah. So.
Him
grew up in Bagwalk. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm from a family of 6 boys.
Straight boy?
Yeah, man, boy alone. I'm the last one.
What?
So see if they
Yeah.
wash belly.
Wash belly.
Yeah, man.
What kind of episode this
Yeah,
man?
man. So, you see, it's a festival of speed.
Yeah, I
So
tell you.
it's like, I grew up in church. All I knew was church and school and yard, and play around at home. So, I'm from very humble beginnings and went to Yorton Primary and then went to Charlemont High School. That's where I really picked up track and field. But, before I even moved to Kingston, I didn't know anything about outside life. All I knew was leave my yard, go school, come home, go church. Go church all 4 or 5 times a week.
Whoa.
Bro, let me explain something to you. It bad not so bad if your father is a pastor.
I'm a mother too.
But when your father and your mother is a minister, there's no say.
Yeah, man. Both parents are ministers,
Bible study right through.
Yeah, man, right through.
That's
so
amazing.
my first party was when I moved to town.
Broke out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, like I said, on the beginnings, my entire family kind of spoiled me because I was the last one. So I never really get to see as much as everybody else, because they kind of sheltered me. My brothers, my parents, everybody sheltered me. I didn't start running until high school pretty much. Yeah. So I'm a late bloomer.
So I'm going to ask you about that too. So what about in the bloodline? Was there track and field?
My brother, that's why I say we have a lot of things in common. My eldest brother, I always wanted to be like him.
What's the age gap like?
He's, I think, 10 years older than
10 years older.
Your oldest?
Yeah. I've always looked up to him. I always wanted to be like him. I don't know if it's because him leave Jamaica and go foreign early. Jamaican love foreign.
As an athlete?
Yeah, man. From St. Diego High School, got scholarship to go to university in the States. And I'm actually go Olympics, World Championship, all them things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So I've always just wanted to be like him, but never really understood what he did until I went to high school.
So what about your parents? Them have an athletic thing?
So them say. My father kind of proved a little thing because, like, we used to race on the road.
Yeah.
The brothers, 6 boys, everybody want to prove who is faster than who or whatever. Yeah. My father always say I'm faster than everybody else. So we always racing on the road. I would come last all the time because I'm the youngest one.
Yeah.
But, my father was pretty decent. Yeah, man, pretty decent. My mother also said she used to run, but I've never seen it. I've never seen it, never.
Even like say champs, your first couple champs, you never did have come first.
No, sir. My first time I got champs. I run. I didn't even make it out of the first round. Oh. Didn't even make it out of the first round. Then the next year.
Asafa Powell?
Yeah, man. Didn't make it out of the first round. And
hey, anyone me that when me got champs and say me can beat Asafa, I carry that to my grave.
I tell you,
yeah, man. Get run left wicked, man. Get run left wicked. Yeah, man. And then the next year, I went to GC Foster on my own. And I did a little training with the guys over GC Foster. And all the youth, they must say, run wicked, man. Just tell them say it's we train, you see? Went back to champs the next year. I was the only athlete from Charlemont High School.
Really?
Only one. I went in my the physical education teacher, Mrs. Fraser. Big up Mrs. Fraser. And my brother. So 3 of us was in the car. We went to champs. And the first day, I was the favorite to win the finals.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
So how the finals you go?
The finals, we get DQ still.
Exciting.
Get DQ, yeah, man. But it turned out, for the best because maybe if I had won the finals, I would get more scholarship than I could even, imagine. I'm flying Ghana foreign.
It wasn't the right time to move it.
All of this Jamaica takeover probably would have never happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember I was the first person who stayed in Jamaica, and train and was successful. And then everybody has decided, say, all right, yeah, well, we'll stay at Jamaica and train.
Right, more forward, right? But this is a stick up in right this. So Fraser, you know, you are an aspiring driver at the time. Did you have to go through the Vernon Field and the Dover Raceway circuit, or did you skip that level? What did you do? What was the route to becoming pro level?
I did a lot of Dover growing up.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Did David Samuel and Doug Gore, you know, with everyone the audit, like, place for Ram.
But you leave for you them time?
Yeah, I was like 15, 16.
Yeah?
In a little Myvec. Slow, bad.
Slow to him.
Yeah. No.
But, you know, I started racing with the Moody's at Dover. Peter Moody, you know, God rest his soul. Peter Moody, he taught me a lot. His philosophy was always, you know, do more with less. They know how to build a fast car. They know how to do that, but they're going to give me something that I need to challenge myself to win with.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't put in a power steering. Don't make the engine as fast. You know, leave a standard gearbox. Don't make it easy for the car to go fast. So, you know, always trying to extract the maximum of what the car can do.
Right, so that increase your skill.
So I did a lot of circuit racing there, and I did also rally. And I was a fan of Rallycross. I watched it on YouTube, I did all of that, which is, for those watching don't know, is a mixture between tarmac and gravel on one track.
Right.
So, you know, I know how to drive on tarmac, I know how to drive on gravel. I was at school in Canada at the time, and there was a race, like 4 hours train ride. So me and my brother jump on the train, go watch him. And I'm watching this race, and I'm like, I can beat these guys. You know, I know if I get in one of these cars, I can do well. So contacted a bunch of racing teams. 2 answered, one saying no, one saying sure, come. We have a fun package that you can do. Dirtfish. I raced with them for a very long time, actually.
Okay.
Dirtfish have a rally school, and they also had a racing division at the time. And part of their package for, you know, the fun part was you can drive the race car. So I'm going there with one intention. In my mind, I'm going there for an audition. Their mind, they say, you know, this guy's coming to drive the car and have fun. Get there now, driving on their test track that their current drivers were doing at the time. And I broke the track record in the first half day. And then I saw the instructors like kind of talking to each other quiet. And then them come back and then they say, all right, we're going to change up this session. And, you know, we see you have the talent. Let's see how we can get you on our team for the next upcoming race. So that's kind of how it all started, was with Dirtfish.
Okay. Come one time, I'm watching you race, and my guy jump all. What's the longest jump? What them jump there? How much feet that you?
The biggest one I did in Utah is 130 feet.
130 feet suspended in the air for how many seconds?
We're going fast, so probably like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
No, but if you don't go into that jump with the right speed,
you have a problem.
A big issue that?
Yeah, a big problem. That's a big problem.
Yeah, man, a lot of times them no land straight, huh?
Yeah.
I land sideways, so man.
Yeah.
You take a pull with him for one of the circuit there?
I mean, I trust him, so.
Yeah, don't it?
We trust him, man.
Yeah, when say that,
yeah, man.
Alicia would be like, no, Safa, stop right now.
We're not going on a roller coaster, but we're going on the car.
No, you're not so afraid of roller coaster bad.
Really? No, sir. No, sir. I don't believe you.
Yeah, man.
Them man, we say,
yeah, man.
Too fast, too furious.
Exactly. I know me a fast car man too, so me not going on a roller coaster.
But the car, something about the vehicle.
Yeah, man, the car, definitely.
All right, so may I go back to your story now, Safa. Stephen Francis, right? So I know Stephen Francis from his days at Woolman's when I used to train cricket. Him used to there, I trained the track and field.
Woolman's man, too.
Yeah, man.
Remember, I used to come by your place, you know. Remember, I used to come by your house.
I want the school, man. Release and the whole thing, man. I link it up a long time, linking from them time there. So Stephen Francis, one thing I know about him is a big voice, man. He must shout and bark after you.
Yeah, man. Loud.
What did he see in you as the athlete that never really realized the talent, but the potential was there? What did he see?
It's just the rawness, you know. See the raw talent, you know, in me, and see something that he could build on, you know. Because when I ran at champs, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have no training. I was just running, you know, based off just the genes, you know, just natural talent.
So he saw you where?
At Champs. Yeah, man, at Champs.
And just come say, yo.
And they didn't approach me at Champs. They came to my school after Champs, like a week after Champs. They came to my school.
To Charlie Mount.
The Charlie Mount.
Yeah.
No, but you did run and come first?
Me win the heats and the semi-finals. And then the finals for a start.
Oh,
yeah.
So him the see the
yeah,
talent
man, him see it,
from
yeah.
heats.
Yeah.
Okay, so then him say, yo, we can polish this diamond.
Yeah, man, because it look like them come out for scout athletes, you know, so...
Right.
Yeah, I was the first one with them.
So that means Frano take you from
yeah, man.
nothing to something.
Man. Yeah, man.
Work when you right
yeah, man.
through.
Yeah, man. I like that work pan thing. That's
Yeah, we are going to work pan. But all right, so watch it then.
I have a question though.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like when you watch back a video of you back in the day at Champs, cause I would say you're one of the most like technically sound form runners. You know, you watch Asafa and you're like, yo, that look how you for run.
Yeah.
But when you watch that old video, do you look at it and be like, yo, Jano,
farmed it off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like it's good to really look where you're coming from, you know, because yeah, when I look back at all them things, I may lean back and do something, and I say, what
Skin
that,
teeth.
man?
Yeah.
Man. So that's why I always have to really, you know, tell Stephen Francis thanks and really appreciate, you know, all that he has done.
A great start, so does Chambers. Devonish left a little bit, it's Asafa Powell in the lead at the moment and streaking away from the rest of the field. Keep an eye on the clock, it's Asafa Powell, it's quick, it's 9.77, equals the world record. It gets it.
Safa, you start to run now and you're running very good. What made you think that, yo, the world record there in my sights?
I never mean,
yeah?
I never mean Stephen.
Him?
Yeah, man, it's him, because leaving from Charlie Mount, going to UTech, I didn't really have a plan. Like, I wasn't like saying that, oh, man, I'll be fastest man in the world, or like, me I gonna make some money from this or whatever.
Right.
I had no idea what track and field, you know, had to offer to me.
Right.
I thought it just make Olympics and, you know?
Get a gold medal.
And stuff like that. So I didn't know, you know, anything. The UTech now and, you know, started training, was just joking around and, you know, hiding because I thought, you know, just an opportunity to get to Kingston and
get some girls.
Turn man, start a party and get girls. You know, and he brought me in his office one day and him showed me some videos. I remember it was a video of, I think, Maurice Green and, you know, some other guys running from back in the day. And him say, you know, you can break the world record. I'm a laugh. I said, what you talking about, man? World record.
Where were you at this point?
I was still a teenager. Just raw out of high school.
Cold bump, you know,
yeah,
like
man.
a movie thing.
Raw out of high school. You know, but
and him see.
You know, and it kind of weird to me. I don't know if I was a prophet or something, but in high school, I had no intention of really running track or nothing like that. I was actually trying to play football in high school, and I remember at the end of the school year, everybody, you know, sit down and we're supposed to write in the yearbook what we want to do, become or whatever. And I wrote in the yearbook, I want to be famous and broke world record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That me write in the yearbook.
Yeah.
I mean, never know me that run track.
That's after Stephen.
That was way before.
Way before that.
Way after.
High school
That was
days
way
is now,
before in high school.
Yeah. But
and I wasn't even running track.
Look here, you see from you write it down.
Yeah.
And
Is that serious thing now?
Yeah, man. It there in
you
the
see from you
yearbook.
drop it and affirm it in another way there.
Yeah,
Father
man.
God, I look and I say, you
Yeah,
don't even
man.
know what me I gotta do for you.
Serious,
Yeah, man.
Because me and an athlete like yourself, so are you breaking the record in training now? Like, is Frana saying, Safa, look on the clock, I know I'm make it get it like that?
And no, and that's the weirdest thing. I never used to do anything for him to, in my eyes. I never used to do anything for him to think that. He just know, yeah.
In my time, you say, wait, hold on there. 976.
Yeah, man.
I mean, did that click?
In my time, it time,
I didn't know. Yes.
It was that checking finger to you.
Yeah, man, one left, I might click earlier.
Yeah, man, but the man is a genius, because if you look at him, you would never know that he's so brilliant.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because him don't look like him used to the run track.
Right.
Used to like him.
Him used to the track too?
No, man, that's a.
Exactly. He does
yeah,
know the craft.
Yeah.
Coach Mills used to run?
Yeah?
Coach Mills did run?
I
Look
don't.
Coach Mills. Coach Mills like a
No, they look like athletes.
Hey, look at, there's something about Jamaican coaches that just master technique and craft and strategy, and it's crazy. It's really,
they're
it's
genius,
ridiculous.
man. And you really have to, hats off to Mr. Francis and Mr. Mills. They were the first to really, step up,
set the
and
thing like
brave
that.
enough and take the risk.
The reality of it, Safa, is that you broke the world record. You run 977. I want you to take me to the moment that happened, the setting, the stage, what was going through your mind. Like, how were you feeling in this moment when you look on the clock and see, say, a year world record?
All right, so leading up to this world record, 2005, I remember the race before I ran the fastest I've ever ran in rain and cold.
Okay.
I ran 9.83 or 9.81, something like that.
Wow.
And it was raining and freezing cold.
Yeah.
And the year before that was the 2004 Olympics in Athens. So went back to the same track that the Olympic was on. The night before, I remember me and Michael Fraser in the dining room eating food, and I said, yo, look how much free ice cream over there, so I'm going to mash up all them ice cream. So, we're young youth, and we say ice cream, we just eat ice cream and mash up ice cream. But at least don't follow this. It's not a recipe give everybody. But it's just the moment, we always go back through the moments and we sit down and talk about it.
Of course.
The night before, I ate a whole pie ice cream, and we wake up the next day and we're gone at the track, and it was 2 rounds. We ran the first round, we felt great. Came back around, and there was no pep talk. Like, the coach didn't say anything to me. Me and Michael were just talking and just running jokes as usual. We had no, thoughts of breaking any records or...
Right.
No, we just enjoy ourselves, and I think that's the best way.
Exactly. Stay
all
relaxed,
the time. Yeah. Went back out there, ran the world record across the finish line. Me I look on the clock, wait on it for change. I wait. And I said, this must have got changed, man. This not real.
Yeah.
Wow. This not real. And even when it changed and everybody jump up and go and say, me I look and I say, no, man.
Shock.
Yeah, man.
Disbelief.
You know when I know it's real? When I land at Jamaica, them time that we never have no jet bridge or anything like that.
Yeah,
land at Jamaica, and I see the whole of Jamaica panic runway. They say everybody on the runway, and I step out of the plane and people lift me up and I celebrate and thing, and I say, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I reach, man.
Life-changing.
Yeah, man. Life-changing
right,
moment, man. That was the moment my life changed.
That's
forever,
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I still feel like that world record, but come on, how many people...
You finish the episode now?
More I ask yourself, how much of this felt like a spiritual answering of prayers? I mean, you have 2 ministers for parents who have been praying for abundance for their children all these years. How much of it felt like this is God in the midst of this?
Yeah, man, all of it for me, because before I even ran the world record, I always repeat to myself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. And just before the start, I said, on your mark, I repeated that I can do all things through Christ who strengthened. And I just make one big jump in the year and warm up myself, and that was it. So, I really owe everything to God. All of it is just is spiritual for me.
Gosh, powers in everything, man. I tell you.
So that's why they took a long time during that break. They were getting, make sure this whole track is perfect. Look how tight this battle is.
Fraser's tactics, unbelievable. Went up high, waited, lifted on the...
I go back now to your speed addiction. So you start racing now, you start going good, then realize talent is there. You start representing on the circuit now and start making a name for yourself?
To be honest with you, I never fully understood the format of Rallycross because it's very complicated. You know, you have a whole heap of different races that take you to the distance, qualifying, semi-final, final.
Yeah.
So there's 4 qualifiers. I win every qualifier. I start on pole for semi-final. I win the semi-final. Go to the final.
What ages?
I would have been like 18, 17,
Okay.
18. So I get to the start line now, or the final, and I'm on pole. I'm like, yo, how I reach up here, sir? I guess they never like the new guy on the block doing all of that. So the first corner, blum, out.
Yeah.
End up finish the race, 4th, recover, you know, but then put me in the wall. So I end up recover and come 4th. But you ever see that scene in Cool Runnings when them walk outside with the bobsled and the Jamaica flag and drop it down and everybody just look on them like, yo, where that man?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It's a Scandinavian dominated sport.
Right.
You know, you have
It's like a fish out of water.
you understand?
Yeah.
So get them on there like, yo, what Jamaica don't know nothing about Rallycross. What is he doing there?
Yeah,
And after that first event, them know that when them see the flag now,
Them have to watch.
we
That type of racing now, obviously, every man adjusts for. Is there real etiquette there, or is just
it's a contact
sport? So nobody can say, boy, touch me.
No, but like at the highest level.
I mean.
Hold on, be careful.
It's a contact sport.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can expect, you know, people to get into the side door or the occasional bump and all this thing. But, you know, at the highest level, everyone kind of knows what's tolerated. So, you know, if I open up the corner a little bit and there's a space and you're right there and you slide in and it's fair.
Right.
You know, all good. But anyone that crosses the you know, unwritten rule of, you know, that's a dirty move.
Yeah.
They can
But
expect
that's
retaliation.
all up to the judges, though, to decide if it's a dirty move.
Yeah, they get involved as well, but, you know, the drivers kind of control it within themselves. So, you know, if I bad drive you, I'm going to expect a dirty move. You understand?
You always seem to be very level in the post race. Even though I know probably
It's not easy, you know,
that is a bad drive that wasn't penalized, that get you ever feel like because you're a Jamaican punching above your weight class in a Scandinavian dominated sport that you are treated less fairly?
Not now. Maybe in the first year a little bit, but no.
Respect them.
Yeah, man, put some respect.
Yeah. So, you know, it's the judges are fair, you know. Sometimes if you get a call going against you, you're going to be like, yo, can I call that? You know, every race car driver thinks that they're right. Nobody going to admit to being like, all right, I did hit him too hard or something.
Okay. Have you ever been accused of being the bully?
A whole heap of time.
Yeah? some maneuver when I see it, I say, yo, the man take that gap, then we never ever see no gap. I take it. Because as you say, it's par for the course.
Yeah, you know, the precedent is set so early on in the weekend that if somebody start to go hard, everybody, and it's just kind of like a catch-up thing until the judges step in and say, whoa, wanna calm down, this is too much.
So has there ever been like you anybody have bad blood that way there, or is nothing but love and respect?
You know, I guess it's like
unspoken. You don't have to talk. You don't have to go there if you don't want to.
No, man, it's cool, but I'm a person that kind of deal with things in real time. So if me and you race or whoever race and it's a bad race, I know you bad drive me, I'm going to come up to you immediately.
Okay.
And then the squash right there.
Yeah, and squash right there, sir.
Because anyone don't let that go, I got to bubble up and boil up and mad.
Yeah, man, so we have to deal with it. Yeah, you know we are Jamaican, we have to deal with it right now. Yeah.
And then off track, good with everybody.
Right. But there are so many different variables in that sport, right? There is the gravel, the sun, the rain,
ice,
the snow, the sleet.
Ice?
Yeah, the tires. So many different things changing to make this race be what it is. I mean, I know a lot of it is skill. But how much of it is just the raw investment in the vehicle, the car?
Well, that's the beauty about Nitro and Extreme. I race in 2 series. They're both electric. They're all equal cars. So they all come
electric?
from... Yeah. They all come from one manufacturer.
No nice?
They make noise, man.
Yeah, now they love.
They make noise. Not nice noise like bang bang and the whole
So everybody, there's no handicap, there's no...
The only thing is like,
that's the driver.
you can change the suspension settings.
Oh, so
You can
really
change
what
it.
the toughest thing, boy.
Yeah, that's why the
then.
racing's so close.
Ah.
That's why the racing's so close.
And you've been doing really good. We did. I was at the homecoming party.
Yeah, man, the proving party.
When you came third.
The first year.
The first year, and then you came second like, just the other day.
Yeah, so you know what happened next year?
That is it. That is
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Stepping up the ladder. So
Yeah.
I expect say first place next year.
I mean, that's the plan, you know, that's the reason I'm there. I'm there to compete, I'm there to win. And
Yeah.
I'm sure Asafa
Yeah,
never
man,
go in a race
yeah,
and say,
everybody
yo, you
go
know,
there
say,
for
I
win.
come second at them.
Yeah, man. Everybody got there for win, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Speaking of going out there to win, you guys both have had to deal with losing publicly, right? And in this day and age, everybody is a specialist and an expert in your field. You get ridiculed, you get judged, all these things. How have you managed to deal with that throughout your career?
For me, you know, when I go out there, I really go out there to compete for me, pretty much. You know what I mean? I come first. You know what I mean? So, you know, whenever I go out there, you know, if I run and I don't perform the way I wanted to, you know, I have to sit down and, you know, think about what I did wrong, what I could have done better. You know what I mean? Whatever else, anybody else come along after, you know, I have to make sure I sit down and, you know, pencil out everything and, you know, see what I can change or what I can improve on to make sure the next time I go out there, you know, I can do a lot better. Because you can't control what people say, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, everybody a coach. You know what I mean? None of them have no experience in coaching. None of them have no experience in what it feels like to be out there. You know, they will never be out there. You know what I mean? But everybody has something negative to say. And sometimes the negative, you know, comments kind of push you, you know, a bit further and elevate you and, you know what I mean, give you some, you know, confidence and make you want to try harder too. So it's like, you know, it's just how you take it. Yeah, it's how you make it work for you, how you take it. I mean, because if people will always say things and if you take it and buckle it up inside and take it in a negative way, you know what I mean? You mash up, man. You have to know how to use it to elevate yourself.
I feel very similar to the whole criticism as he does. You know, I'm my harshest critic by far. Same thing, if I drive a bad race, I'm going to vex myself, but I'm also not afraid to ask questions or admit that I did something wrong and realizing myself that, okay, I made a mistake there. You know, why did I make that mistake? How can I fix that? How can I make sure that don't happen again? My biggest thing is don't make the same mistake twice.
Right.
You can make a mistake, fine. Don't make it happen again.
And certain mistakes can make in a your world too, because it can be the difference between life and death. Like it's such an extreme sport that you're engaged in. How do you prepare for the different tracks? Is it that you get a chance to rehearse, going through the jumps? Like, how do you know I have to hit this jump at 120, 140? How is that worked out, like the whole specs?
You know, my prep, especially because we have such little time in the car before it's race time, I do a lot of visualization. So, you know, people see me close my eyes and I start drive the track. If you didn't know me or you didn't know what I was doing, you say, oh, yeah, madman.
Yeah, it's a meds.
But
deep meds.
when I visualize, I hear everything that the car would be making. I see everything. You can even smell things, you know, and you put yourself through all of these different scenarios so that when it does happen, it's not a surprise.
Right, okay.
Because things coming at you fast.
Yeah.
We start with, you know, 5 cars lined up side by side. So, you know, so many different things can happen in that first corner.
Yeah.
And I focus a lot on that. There is the first corner. Because that's, you know, 70% of the race is determined there.
Right,
so, you know, and a lot of the time, if you plan for A, B, C, Z will happen. So
you get the track on a paper printout. Do you get a chance for drive the track?
We get to walk the track. So we get a map.
What? So the first time you're making this 70-foot jump is game time?
No. So we get a map, and then we walk it, and then we have 2 practice sessions, which is 4 laps each.
Okay.
So, I mean, not the most time, but better than none. They do calculations with the jumps to be like, okay, it's this wide, this angle jump, the car is this heavy, you need that much speed to get over. So the engineer can give you a ballpark. So like, okay, you need to get it between 110 and 120. Don't go 100, don't go 130. So, you know, can I get it in the middle there?
So, Wayne, you don't realize, you know, what the three of us doing is quite similar, you know. I mean, I run, him drive, you sing, your artist. Are the same in every aspect, you know. It's the same, you know. It's just when me I do probably like a more physical than you know.
Right.
Same like you, when you go a stage show, you have to go practice, mic check, sound check, all them. So it's the same thing. You have to check tune the car, make sure the car tune properly. I have to go out there, go practice, make sure I start properly. So it's like we do different things. But at the same, when you look at it,
real
at
talk,
the
there's
same,
technique
It's
and
preparation.
there's
Preparation.
to becoming a professional at this thing. It's not a joke thing.
Yeah, man.
So you also enjoy driving a lot. You race as well?
Yeah, man.
You race as well. Do you?
Not like it.
Yeah. So what level you're looking to take it? Are you more managing the younger youths, or are you?
All right. So for me, all right. So I mean, I grew up around car. My father, well, car them always brought down still, but grew up around car. My father, you know, work on car. That's how I learned, because the cars always brought down. You know what I mean? So I was the only child, you know, my father never leave me anywhere I go. So that's how I got the love for cars. And, you know, coming to Kingston, my first car I bought 2003. I bought my first car, and I said, oh, this slow, man. I want to go a little faster, you know. So, you know, I start modifying the car, then I start to meet. The more I modify the car, the more people I meet, you know, in the racing.
It's a very helpful
circle.
community, you know.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I start meet people. Then I start to go to Vernon Field, you know, go to Dover. I've never really raced at Dover, but it's something that I would love to do. I actually bought a car from, you know, Peter to race at Dover, and I ended up selling the car.
Oh.
You know, he was building a car for Dover. I bought it from him to build it to race at Dover.
Yeah.
I ended up selling it because, you know, I was too busy doing track and field.
Right.
You know, I go Vernon Field. I race at Vernon Field all the time. You know, love the drag racing thing. You know, so it's something that's it's just in my blood, speed in my blood.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
So, all right, as an athlete, right? Because we all know that athletics, more than most jobs, retirement is more inevitable, because you know there's going to come an age where you're not optimum anymore. You can't really run to a competitive level against these younger youths coming up. Were you more looking forward to a retirement day, or were you dreading that retirement?
I would say I'm more dreading. I was more dreading the day to come. Yeah, man, because
something you love.
Yes,
and that's what you knew from high school.
It's track and field. I know. You know, this is my job.
Yeah.
You know, it's my job, and you know, like you said, you don't even know when the day will come, because a lot of athletes, you know, come out, bright talent, bright future, but then future in like 2 years, you know,
burn
2 or
out.
3 years, burn out, they get injured and can't come back. You know, athletes, you find athletes always get injured and, you know, cut their time in the sport. You know, I was fortunate enough to go almost 20 years.
20 years, but
you know what I mean?
But having said that, when I look at your bio, every 3 paragraphs is another injury.
Yeah, man.
How much was injury a part of taking from the greatness that you could have been?
I would say injuries take away a lot. A lot, you know. And, you know, I always go back and say, if I could change anything, I would change a lot of the decisions that I made. You know, I make certain decisions that I could have made pass that really cost me. you know, a lot.
Really?
You
Like
know,
skipping a meet here
yeah,
and
man,
there, that type of
exactly.
thing?
You know what I mean? So injuries is our worst enemy.
Yes.
Injuries are our worst enemy, athletes' worst enemy. That's the only thing we can stop with. You know, injuries. You know, so that has played, you know, a major role in my career, you know, over the years. But I can never be ungrateful, you know what I mean?
No, man, you do the dirt, man. You do the dirt proper way, man. And even the grind injury, 'cause I have a grind injury.
Oh, jeez,
and
man.
that thing
That's something
has
there.
never left
That's
me.
something, you know, your grind never stop moving up.
It never left me.
Nah, get the chance to heal up, you know.
I'm not going to ask you why your grind has stopped moving. No, but I can tell you about the grind injury.
Yeah, man.
G. And from I was a young youth, I had that. And sometimes it's all right, you know, for 6-7 months, you know.
Yeah.
You make a bad step on.
I make a bad step or play on a ball game on a wet field.
Man.
It's a forward back with a vengeance.
Man.
Right?
You know it, man.
No, I know about it. Dangerous, something. So when I knew that he had a ground injury, I was like, boy, Jano, my whole head because
this week,
that I think. So speaking of injuries, what is an injury that can hurt you as a No, because big man team. We play ball all the time, you know. So we know I have to take time with Fraser.
Yeah, man.
But Fraser not take time with me. Fraser running, you know, slide tackle, boom, you know. They're tough with it, you know. But we take time with Fraser because Fraser was golden boy, you know. So we don't want to, you see me?
Yeah.
But you've always been the all or nothing type of guy.
No, a lot of the time before I got the ball, I'm like, yo, I probably shouldn't go, you know. But I was low with that. You know, you get power with the man there, man. You know, hold that vibe.
Yeah. And it's still a cardio, it's still a fitness too.
I mean, I take my fitness training very seriously. So, you know, football is like a half day kind of fun where I get to also burn and exercise.
Yeah.
But, it comes with a risk every time you step on the field. You know, anytime you do something out of the ordinary prep, is a risk, but you know, you have to enjoy it. So.
You have to enjoy
what kind of
that,
training you normally have to do? Like what you have to always like improve on? Like
I do
like
a lot of core. You know, a lot of balance work. So you know, I'll do weighted workouts, but not heavy. So a lot of balance, a lot of coordination, kind of things like that.
You have to do like me say like
no,
that's
just Formula One.
Oh, okay.
So you know, I'll do like high intensity training. You know, the longest I'll do is 45 minutes. You know, my races are only 10 minutes long, but I'll do 5 or 6 of them per day. Right. So it's not as
10 minutes. There's a lot of time that you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and it's all out. You know, I have the heart monitor thing. I wear it when I drive. I go up to 160, 170.
Yeah. Crazy.
So you know, you're moving a lot. The G-force is out.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
I tell you, man, I go do the go-kart thing, man. I'm done. Them place,
your hand cramp you.
Sore up, you know, man.
Yeah. You have to hold it.
Yeah, man. Man, and your body just, entire body sore up, man.
Yeah.
Man, only for jump rope, all them something there.
Yeah. So, Safa, you remember say I'm a fellow YouTube.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, YouTuber. You know, there's very few people in Jamaica who can talk about the nitty-gritty, the ins and outs of YouTube, like how we can reason, you know. So, how have you been enjoying that? Because people don't know the work and the effort that goes into putting out multiple YouTube videos per week. We see you with your family and the Powells. So what's the process like, by the way? You edit?
I edit.
You edit?
Yeah, man, I edit.
What?
You know, because I actually, you know, I have a friend who, you know, I want to edit my videos, but it will take weeks, man.
Yeah, no, you can't trust people for this.
Exactly.
Nah.
So it's like, you know, based on the schedule, you know, that
you have to step up.
Yeah, you have to just step up and say, all right, yo, if we want to drop 1 or 2 videos a week, we have to edit it.
You know what it wants to be like.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's your family.
And I like when the videos just raw, you know, like.
Yeah.
Authentic. People want authentic. Authentic videos, you know what I mean? And you know that already, because
true.
You know, that's what they watch it for.
You
know what I mean? So, you know, it's It's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's hard, you know.
Yeah, it's work.
Sometimes
it's
I
work,
make
it's
all a
proper
video
work.
for 20 minutes, then say 20 minutes, you know. They don't know how much
Footage,
time
yeah,
they make, you know.
go into that. Yeah, no, it's
Trust
true.
me.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go someplace you don't want to go, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to, like, you know, just to make content, you know. So it's very difficult, very time consuming, and you know, it's very challenging to even come up with like a simple thing as a thumbnail. Like,
yeah, it's
just
in my house, it's like, that me in response for that still. So me have to bust my brain every day. Because thumbnail is a crucial thing.
Yeah, man.
People don't know said just the thumbnail.
Yeah,
The thumbnail
man.
is the decider. So once you have good content, you need to pull people in. There are thousands, millions of videos that they can choose from. Why are they going to click your video? You have to pull them in
Oh,
some
it's a special people watching.
Exactly.
There has to be something. You must say, why may I click on this?
It have to be something.
Yeah, it have to be something, you know what I mean?
I'm new to that world still. I did a couple of vlogs here and there.
Yeah.
Actually, the first 2 vlogs I did was all me recording, all me editing. But, you know, like I said, the time that it took. And also the focus that it took away from me to drive.
Right.
I can't be that person, that video on the same day. You know, we get into the detail of a race, you know, you have your data card, and when you go and plug that in with the engineer, the track could be 1 kilometer long and the lap take you 40 seconds to do. But when you go through with the engineer and analyze 1 lap, you'll be sitting down there for 10 minutes for 1 lap.
Yeah.
And then you say, go back to that same corner 2 races before, and you look, and it's so detailed of what you study. Because, you know, the margins are very thin, you know. I mean, 100 meter, 1/10 is, you know, massive. You know, even down to the 100, to be like, John, what 100?
Them man know all about it.
Man.
Drive phase and then
very technical.
Yeah, it's technical.
Very technical.
Yeah.
So with the vlog, I found that took away a lot of my time to focus on the race.
Yeah, man, time consuming, man. Very.
So I kind of put that
but one
aside.
thing I can take away from it, it has, you know, helped me a lot to, like, you know, to like open up in certain ways and, you know what I mean, just, you know, express, you know, talk about, because I was a very quiet person. I mean, in my group, you know, I'm the clown, but, you know, like, to open up to everybody and stuff like that, you know, bring people in your home and stuff like that, you know, it does it good and
it's like therapy.
You know? Yeah, man.
Yeah, in a sense. So
and they have the trolls, you know, on it and stuff.
Yeah, but we don't watch that.
Yeah.
We don't watch that. Delete, block. Keep it moving. So, all right. So, family. Let me ask you about family, because the family conversation longer than years. You have any kids yet?
No.
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 Engaged?
No.
Right? Nothing?
No.
Yeah,
right.
that's
This is focus on. You have focus on.
You understand?
Your need for speed. That's the thing there. So family for you now. I know you have. Is it 4 kids?
Yes.
4 kids. You have 2 wonderful kids. Asafa and Amik.
Yeah.
With your lovely wife. Mrs. Powell, hi. Hello. We're gonna call you. She's there. Them inseparable people.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Alicia is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
But she coming like one away.
Yeah, man.
She makes sure that Jamaica like.
Drop in.
Yo, even the accent,
Yeah,
like, you
man.
can't really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even our friends, they say, yo, you're so in Jamaica.
May I tell you,
man.
and you have been spending time in Ghana as well. What are some of the similarities, cultural similarities with
Well, you
there
know,
and here?
first, let me say, you know, yeah, man, I have to big up my wife and stuff. And, you know, thanks to her and, you know, my family and stuff, you know, it was an easier decision for me to retire from the sports, you know, so I get to spend a lot more time, you know, with the family, you know, and, you know, get to focus on me, you know, and the family.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, me going to Ghana for me was really a shock, because, you know, I landed in Ghana and I tell you, if you just close your eye like this and open your eye and just driving in Ghana, you swear you're seeing place in Jamaica.
Really?
You swear you're there, Jamaica.
The roadways,
you pull up on the
everything.
stoplight, you swear Jamaica.
Taxi man can't bad.
Listen, man. Listen, worse.
Yeah?
No, the driving in Africa.
Yeah, man, worse.
Terrible.
But it's very similar. You know what I mean? If they don't open their mouth and speak and hear the accent, you don't know that you're not in Jamaica. So for me, that was a shock to know that I can just fit in this place.
Of course.
You know, it's just like Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
way.
you know, I would love for every Jamaican who can, you know, go to Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana
man.
especially,
Yeah, just to go and experience it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I love going there, man.
Yeah. So, what about you? Where is the most exotic? Where is the destination that you go drive where you say, yo, that place is not normal?
I actually raced in South Africa once, and it was wicked. It was proper.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
So you
Everybody
did
out with
nitro
Jamaica
rally?
flag.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Whoa, that must have been
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
Wicked.
tough, yeah.
You have a support system where travel with you. You have uncle,
Yeah, man.
aunties, people, like your family are really invested in
Big
in
time. I don't have no pitney or nothing, or family for my own, but you know, my family, my parents, my sisters, uncles, aunts is a very big part of you know what I am.
Yeah.
You know, very tight family, and my biggest support system. You know, when things going good, they're there to celebrate with me.
Yeah.
When things going bad, you know, they're there to, you know, make things better. You know, you have a hectic thing, you sign up 1,000 autograph, take 100 picture, come back home and it's just back to normal. So that's the best thing for me. You know, keep me grounded, of course. But yeah, I couldn't ask for a better parents.
We're basically done. Because the reasoning, you know, when Bridget and Bridget link up, the reasoning, I can't go all evening. But you have been one of Jamaica's greatest athletic ambassadors. Was there a dark time where you can say, boy, that was my worst moment of my career, and you know, just a time where you wish none of this was happening?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, man. I've had a few of those, honestly, and they felt pretty much the same. You know, I remember my first time, 2007 World Championship Games. There was no way on God's earth I was supposed to lose the race, and you know, things happened before and all that stuff, and it caused me to lose the race. And you know, trust me, I tell myself some things, man, and I have to really, you know.
Yeah, hold it.
Yeah, man, and then 2008, you know, Olympic Games, you know, the finals, I didn't, you know, run like, you know, I was supposed to, you know, and I was very, you know, tough on myself. You know, I think those were my darkest moments, and I had to kind of pull myself out of the dark.
That's where your family come in, eh?
Yeah, man.
Big brother,
Yeah, man.
And
They actually had to flew my brother and my father to the games,
Really?
Beijing, after the games.
Yeah.
Because I was yeah, man,
in a state.
Yeah, man, I was in a state, man.
Yeah. I mean,
When you give your everything for
Yeah,
something
man.
and it don't come together.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, devastating, man. But there have been so many highs to bounce back on and to kind of, you know, think about in those moments. So it's just like, you know, that's one of them things. There's life, right? We'll go through the ups and we'll go through the downs and we'll take the good with the bad. That's just one thing that is constant.
Yeah, man, because the thing is, you know,
life.
when you do something, like when you're driving and you drive your best, you know, and you still get beaten. I mean, you can't really be tough on yourself because you did your best.
Yeah.
You know, the things you can't control what anybody else do, you know. You're on the track, 8 people or 9 people on the track, you can't control them other lanes there. I mean, you have to focus on what you're doing. So if them run and everybody else break our record and you break our record as well, you can't be upset because you did your best at that time. But if you know that you're supposed to do this and everybody else do whatever and you stress you out, man.
Yeah.
Stress
True,
you out,
man.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
man.
this conversation has been great. The Need for Speed edition, and it live up to expectation for sure. Give thanks. I'll be watching you on YouTube, so I will be keeping up. Even if we're not talking every day on the phone, I will be keeping up with you. And of course, we're looking forward to a big season. 3rd, 2nd, so it only up. Only up we're going after this.
That is it.
Big up yourself in a phrase. Yeah, man, every time.
You know, me always want to ask you something.
Yeah.
You know, I go back a year.
You know, say me here. You know, say it's a long story. Should I say it's a short story? I don't think I'm going back to any hair glory. I think me and you might be there the same boat. No worry yourself, my brother. But yeah, man, give thanks, gentlemen. Give thanks. You don't know it.
Definitely.